Hello, my name is Joseph Sampson. I have for sale a half set of Neil O'Grady pipes, Uilleann pipes, Irish bagpipes. The chanter was actually the first chanter I ever owned. Bought it back in around 2000, 2001. The chanter top actually is not the original. It is from Tommy Martin, and I think it goes well with the chanter. It looks nice. So the chanter has 3 keys: C natural, F natural, and B flat right here. Years ago, I ground the mounts down. They were a lot bigger, and I ground them down and then finished them off by sanding them by hand. I also took off there was a big thumb rest that Neil O'Grady would make, and I actually ground that off too and sanded that down, so it would just play like a normal regular Uilleann pipe chanter with no thumb rest on the back. The chanter comes with 3 reeds that I've made. The first one is cane. This is the primary reed, I would say. Great tone, great tuning, really stable, more than a year old. Let me show you here. More than a year old. It's played in all kinds of weather. I played it in dry. Right now, where I live, it's dry all the time. It's a desert climate. So right now in here, in my garage, it's 81 degrees and 33% humidity. Actually 34% humidity. So it's not super dry. For some people that would be very dry, but here it gets down into the teens easily during the summer. And this reed is played in both, and then in my house I have a swamp cooler, evaporative cooler, and keeps it at like 50 or 60% humidity, and it plays fine in there as well. So great reed, probably one of the best reeds I've ever made. I'll play it for you in a second. The other 2 reeds are, one is cane. It is like a backup reed. It's easier playing, easier blowing, not as loud, not as open as, not as loud. Probably would do better in a more humid environment, like Ireland, or back east on the East Coast. The other reed is spruce, made of spruce. And I made it recently, and it sounds really good. It's got pretty good tone for what it's doing, and I love it. It's got decent, I'd say it's got 90% of the tone as the cane, but is way stable. Cane is notorious for like closing up or opening up. It's in the grass family, whereas wood is much more stable. So yeah, I'll play that for you in a second. So let me play. Oh, the drones are they're Neil O'Grady drones. They are reeded in composite drones. So the drone reeds. So cane bodies with wooden tongues, and the tenor is a cane body with a plastic tongue. And you'll hear them. They're super stable. They should play anywhere. I feel like they have good tone. The cane bodies really do give them better tone, and super stable, super easy to turn off and on, and tune. So I'll play these for you. First, the cane reed. And then let me play the other cane reed. It's not going to be as loud. Easier to play. Back D is not as loud, but the tuning on it is decent. Good spare reed. And then last, the spruce reed. A bit of tuning. So I'm pushing it in. It's got a brass, extra brass tube that it fits into, so like a sleeve, kind of like I think Andres Rogi does, where the brass tubing can slide in and out of the bigger brass tubing that's in the chanter seat. All right, and then just a little, I have just a little bit of tape on the A hole and and then the B hole right here. So just to be open, but everything else, there's no rushes or anything except beside the bottom of the chanter. So yeah, the bellows is reinforced. The tacks, there were wood tacks that I took out and actually replaced with wood screws, so it's going to last longer, be better. I made the bellows pad right here myself, and then attached it. It's with Velcro, so it'll come off and on. So and it's airtight. And lastly, I have a tube, extra long tube if you are more of the generous size. I have a longer tube that I can send with the set if you need. So thank you very much. I would be willing to sell different parts. I would be willing to sell the chanter or the drone separately, and the bellows. So just if that's you, or if that interests you, let me know. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good night.